Like me, you're probably wondering, how do private equity companies raise so much money? Where are they getting all of this money from? And how can they afford to invest in so many different private companies? So in today's video, I'm going to explain how private equity companies fundraise. And I think it's important to start with the basics. The basics being, what is a limited partner and what is a general partner? So a limited partner is an individual or a group of individuals that invest money into a private equity fund. These limited partners are entitled to a share of the fund at the end of the year or at the end of closing. Now, within a fund, you have a general partner. A general partner is the partner that is an investment manager, an investment director, or a partner at the private equity company, which is in control of the limited partner's money. They're in control of putting the money into private companies. They're the ones which close the deal and have discretion over exactly how they want to invest the money, being in private companies. Now, when you're typically raising a fund, general partners will put in around 1 to 5% of capital, and then limited partners will facilitate with the rest of the money. General partners play a massive role. General partners are the ones which go out to try and raise all this money, and this is called a roadshow. So a general partner will go to different countries around the world, pitch the private equity company's investment vision, whether that be sustainable investment vision, whether it be investing in manufacturing, services, technology, and really find a limited partner which shares these kind of visions and values. Not only that, general partners also employ something called a placement agent. A placement agent have a bunch of different connections to limited partners, and these placement agents know the values and visions that the limited partners are looking for, and they put them in connection with the general partner. The general partner will then again have a presentation, pitch them what they're wanting to invest in, their values, their visions, and gather lots of limited partners. Now you're probably wondering, who are limited partners? And you're probably thinking, oh, they must be really high net worth, wealthy individuals which have millions in the bank and just want to put their money into an alternative asset class. But no, you're completely wrong. A limited partner are people such as insurance companies, pension funds, endowment funds, family offices, all of these big financial institutions which have lots of money and they want to spread the risk. They want to put their money in lots of different asset classes, such as a multi-asset fund, alternative asset class, so that they can make money for their clients in as risk-free environment as possible. Now, in a typical fund, there's probably only a handful of limited partners, probably 5, 6, or even 7 in a £1 billion fund. The reason for this is because when limited partners put their money into a fund, you probably think, oh, so this limited partner said they're going to give you £100 million, when in fact, they don't give that £100 million straight away. This £100 million will be drawn down. So let me give you an example. Let's say there's a £1 billion fund and this limited partner has committed £100 million. And the general partner has just found a brilliant investment worth 50 million, and they want to put this 50 million pounds into buying this company. Now, the general partner will then go to the limited partners and give them around a 2 weeks notice and ask for this money to be drawn down. They will ask the limited partners, which is called a call capital, to give them the money to be able to buy this private company. So it's not as straightforward as you think. The limited partner does hold on to this money, but they don't give the money straight away as soon as the fund closes. Now, another really important distinction to make is that funds, when they're going through the fundraising cycle, can be open for a number of years. It could be 1 year, 2 year, or even 3 years. Now, the reason for this is because it takes a long time to generate this source of capital. I mean, if you look at the likes of Bain Capital, KKR, they have some absolute mega funds which they open. And it's not like they can gather this much money in only a few months, because LPs are difficult to come across, and also LPs do not always have that much capital either. So the way that a fund is actually raised is almost in 2 cycles. So the fund will be open on a fund date, and the GP will be trying to find as many LPs to join the fund as possible. Now, as soon as it reaches what is called a first close, when a threshold has been met, which is a certain amount of capital in the fund has been met, the GP can then begin to invest money into the private companies. However, this fund can still accept new LPs up until another certain threshold, which is called final close. At this threshold, no new LPs can join the fund and no more new LPs can commit capital to this fund either. So this fund is essentially closed off, and all the money in this fund can be used by the GPs to try and find as many investment opportunities as possible. Another really important distinction to make is that a typical private equity company, it has a lot of assets under management, but this isn't always under one fund. It can be under a number of different funds. For example, if we look at KKR, if you look on the screen now, look at the number of different funds that they have. And even this oldest fund probably isn't even closed yet because they haven't committed all of the capital that they needed to yet. And this is the thing with private equity companies. They will continue to open up funds as the years go on to remain as competitive as possible. And this is why private equity is such an interesting industry and how they can fundraise so much money, which is extremely, extremely interesting. Now, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like and subscribe because it really helps the algorithm and it means that I can post even more videos. Please have a look at the other episodes in the private equity series. Now, thanks for watching.